Observation 1 is the status quo. America has no high-speed rail system and no plans to implement one. Congress and Obama's plan back to the starting blocks. Johnson in 2012. Policymakers' appetite for high-speed rail seems to be dwindling almost nothing at you as it wastes taxpayer dollars at a time when the tight building of the highest order. The national conversation has been advanced much beyond that point. The fiscal 2012 appropriations cuts funding for transportation department's high-speed rail program. Republicans who essentially like high-speed rail said the cuts will allow rail enthusiasts to start over from scratch. Thus, the plan the United States federal government should substantially increase its infrastructure funding by implementing an nationwide high-speed rail system in the United States. Effective spec arguments asking cross-examination. Advantage 1 is warming. Subpoint A, warming is real and anthropogenic. CO2 levels are out of control. Coke in 2010. There are many lines of empirical evidence that all detect the human fingerprint and global warming. Confirmation of rising carbon dioxide levels are due to human activity comes from analyzed and types of carbon found in the air. CO2 increases the atmosphere. Oxygen decreases levels. Oxygen are falling at a rate consistent with the burning of fossil fuels. Experimental data shows effectively the arguments by skeptics no experimental evidence exists for connection between greenhouse gases and atmospheric and global warming. And subpoint B is that global warming is reversible. Now is key. Dyson started in 2008. Time is now in short supply. The earlier we begin, the greater our opportunities to limit the accumulation of carbon-intensive capital stock and drive innovation of low-carbon technology. The earlier we begin, the greater the drive opportunity to reverse our decision later. The delayed haste later makes only builds up damage. It also risks expensive mistakes and investment decisions. And subpoint C is that the plan drastically reduces CO2 emissions and solves warming. Haze in 2011. Enhanced security is just one reason the country needs a state-of-the-art high-speed rail system. There's climate change and large-scale reduction of CO2 emissions that result from the greater interstate high-speed rail system and the expansion of the regional commuter rail system. And subpoint D is that warming magnifies the impact of natural disasters. Grist in 2005. The relationship between warming and tsunami, global warming, is raising sea levels and eliminating the natural barrier that protects coastlines from the worst tsunami damage as a result of effective as much worse than it needed to be and will be worse than the next catastrophe. And subpoint E is that natural disasters outweigh wars. The largest, fastest, most probable scenario for human extinction sit in bed in 2005. Natural disaster that claimed over 155,000 lives. The earthquakes the strongest in over a century. Only beginning the catastrophe, we can see how many dying from diseases in the tsunamis, with the thousands of bodies lying unburied. Epidemics are expected to claim thousands of lives. The implications of disasters are global, and the extinction of species have become a real possibility as a result of natural disasters. Human conflicts have less likely to threat, and the confrontation between the human and nature, they're less likely to bring about the end of the human species. Reactions of nature have become more importantly determining the fate of the human species in harm and conflict on itself. Gone they just want to comfort ourselves, and the notion of extinction of the human race will not occur. We are forced to live with the possibility of the imminent demise of humankind. Advantage 2 is economy. Will isolate 3 scenarios. Scenario 1 is that subpoint A, unemployment is the biggest problem facing the economy. Port in 2011. The biggest factor facing the economy had in terms of unemployment over the last several months has not been actually layoffs from teachers and cops and firefighters in the public sector. We keep seeing the layoffs have been adverse effects on economies and states all across the country. And subpoint B is the depression may already be here. Government sending its key to avert a deeper downturn. Krugman in 2010. We are now here in the early stages of the third depression. The cost of the world economy, the millions of lives brightened by the absence of jobs will be immense. In the face of a grim picture, you might expect policymakers to realize that they've found not enough promote recovery. But no, over the last few years and months, there have been a sudden resurgence of hard money and balanced budget orthodoxy. The Fed seems aware of the deflationary risk, but opposed to do about these risks as well. Nothing. Obama administration understands the danger of the premature fiscal austerity, but the Republicans and conservative Democrats in Congress won't authorize additional aid to state governments, and the austerity is coming anyway in the form of budget cuts to the state and local levels. Long-term fiscal responsibility is important to slashing spending in the midst of a depression, which deepens that depression and paves the way for deflation is actually self-defeating. Subpoint C is that we have to act now to jumpstart the economy and create permanent jobs. Mail funding in 2012. There is no better time to recommit ourselves to global developing a high-speed rail system. High-speed rail initiative is an undertaking that will take decades. The American population is expected to grow by 100 million, and the environmental concerns will use of greener, more efficient technology modes of transportation. High-speed rail benefits that bill. It's not an either-or debate. High-speed rail systems have been proven to be huge drivers of economic growth. For each $1 billion invested in high-speed rail, 24,000 jobs will be created. As an amount of 1.3 million jobs. So not only can we commit ourselves fully to these projects, if we try fully to kickstart our economy, then the high-speed rail can provide the answer. Now is the time to act. And some point D is that the oil economies will lead to resource wars. These go nuclear and cause extinction. Ballard in 2009. The first thing that will happen in an economic collapse over the war over resources. If there was a war and any other major power over oil, there would be most likely be a nuclear war. The risk is so high that acting to save the economy is the most important issue facing us in the 21st century. And scenario 2 is air power. Subpoint A, any further downturn in the economy will doom the F-35 program, which is key to air power. Herb in 2012. The 5th generation fighter is absolutely vital to maintain our air superiority. It's critical. It's absolutely critical we get it right. Gates placed the program on a 2-year probation, threatening to cancel the fighter altogether. Budget watchers also peg the F-35B as the target for the Budget Act. The Pentagon prepares a $487 billion cut. There's still a long way to the F-35 program. It's obviously not out of the woods yet. And subpoint B is that the U.S. massively underestimated China's stealth technology. They have a stealth fighter very close to operational phase. This plan is key to air superiority. Fulgham and Sweetman in 2011. With the test of China's stealth prototype, U.S. Navy intelligence officials admit that the Pentagon has erred in its estimates of Beijing introducing new military technology. There's evidence indicating that China's advances include high-performance engine and missiles display a new level of technical maturity and performance in terms of stealth photos. It's not clear to me when it's going to become operational. And subpoint C is that China's rise in power over the U.S. causes nuclear war. Glacier in 2011. The growth of China's power may require some challenges for U.S. foreign policy regarding Taiwan. China considers Taiwan as a part of its homeland, and unification remains a key political goal. Because the United States and China have such attitudes regarding the legitimacy of the status quo, the issues pose special dangers. The crisis over Taiwan could fairly easily escalate into nuclear war because each step along the way might well seem irrational for the actors involved. Subpoint 3 is macro-industrial. Subpoint A, economic growth is necessary for macro-industrial culture. Zay in 1997. Macro-industrial cultural emphasis will will be on production, and this will only occur by the development of advanced technologies. Of course, to achieve these goals, the nation must have a culture that fosters progress and technological improvement and facilitates the development of the workers and scientists who must be the creators of new technology. The era and some point B is the macro-industrial area will result in super fast intercontinental travel. Zay 97. Human beings will expand in other ways. The introduction of super fast transport will enable individuals to spend less time traveling. The super train will greatly transform our concept of commuting time. The major focus of the society macro-industrial area will be the quick, efficient transportation of people from one continent to another. The require relocation of members of the workforce, engineers, managers, laborers, and the work on construction projects. And some point C is the macro-industrial era will result in outer space colonies. Zay 97. The macro-industrial areas, humanity's expansion into space, missions of Mars and the Moon, establish permanent space colonies and unmanned space missions, probing deeper into the outer regions of the solar system and beyond. Some point D is the space necessary to solve multiple scenarios for extinction. Hawking in 2006. The survival of the human race depends on the ability to find new homes in the universe because there's an increasing risk of disaster. Disaster will destroy the Earth. Life on Earth is ever increasing risk of being wiped out by disasters such as warming, nuclear war, a virus, or other dangers. And advantage 3 is international competitiveness. At some point A, America is falling behind the world leader in technology and innovation. Government stimulants are key to keeping our leadership. Syed in 2011. America's status as the global leader in technological information is seriously threatened. In order to maintain technological leadership, government must continue to stimulate civilian research. Advances in social technology have produced more than half of America's economic growth. Another federal investment and it generates a long-term growth of the economy and society. Technological innovations have contributed more than any interesting factor in American history. Technological change accounts for over 50% of long-term economic growth. And some point B is that China leads the world in high-speed rail technology, and they're pulling even further ahead. And when in 2011, the country is already home to the world's fastest passenger trains and recently shown that they're still working hard to outdo even themselves. China reported that test train reached a world record breaking speed of 311 miles per hour, previously the title held by Beijing Shanghai High-Speed Railway. And some point C is the tech advancement in China are emboldening Chinese military to compete with and eliminate reliance on the United States. Leg in 2011, if Beijing can successfully deploy the satellites planned for network is scheduled, the military will free of its current dependence on the U.S. The network will give China accuracy to guide missiles and munitions to other weapons. The network important military role alongside the country's rapidly expanding network of surveillance and remote sensing satellites. China routinely denies having military ambitions in space, catching up with the U.S. China accelerated its military satellite research and development after commuters found that they were unable to track 2 U.S. battle groups deployed to the Taiwan Strait at a time of high tension between the island and the mainland. It has rapidly become a competitor in space surveillance, and the PLA can monitor an expanding area of the Earth's surface and implemented reliable military reconnaissance tasks and improved capability to detect and track potential targets. What we're seeing is that China is broadly acquiring the same capabilities in the area that are held by the U.S. and some point is competitive is key to contain Chinese aggression. In 1998, the vital interest prevent the rise of a hegemonic state in Asia. Any hegemonic state capable of dominating the Asian landmass represents an unacceptable challenge to the safety of the United States. The region's wealth and resources required by any single state would enable this entity to threaten American states. For these reasons, preventing the rise of a hegemonic center in Asia would rank as a vital interest. And subpoint E is that containing China is key to avoiding World War III. Crossmore 95. China is out for power. China is extending its reach even in the South China Sea, while defending against Russia and West is climate. China's is increasing the missile and nuclear technology. So it's sending nuclear and missile technology to places such as Pakistan and Iran. The West failed to contain an emergent Germany, and the result was 2 world wars. So we cannot let that happen. The emerging giant of the 21st century. Subpoint S is that no risk of an impact with the plan we solve international competitive. Hayes in 2011. U.S. must build a national high-speed rail network to maintain competitiveness of the world economy. China and Europe are now moving ahead with their high-speed rail networks, which means that in a decade or 2 they will have created tens of millions of new jobs to save their economies. Alright, didn't get to the last card.